An attempt to tow the damaged Spanish longliner Itoides to safety failed after the tow line snapped, and the vessel later disappeared in worsening storm conditions. At about 10:50 a.m. on Monday, the Salvamento Marítimo Rescue Center in A Coruña received a VHF distress call from a fishing vessel that had rescued 7 crew members from the Itoides, which had developed a severe list. All 7 survivors were airlifted by helicopter to A Coruña's airport. No injuries were reported. An initial effort to place a salvage crew on board by helicopter was abandoned due to high winds and heavy seas. Under the Ferrol Maritime Captaincy's direction, the response vessel Maria Pinto was sent to escort the stricken vessel and assess towing options. By Tuesday, winds exceeded 30 knots and waves reached up to 20 feet, preventing a safe approach. After conditions eased slightly overnight, the crew attempted to attach a tow line around 10 a.m. on Wednesday, but it parted, leaving the vessel adrift again. The Maria Pinto returned to port and was replaced by the rescued tug Alonso de Chaves. Weather conditions worsened once more as the Itoides drifted about 40 nautical miles north of Rebordio. Around 10 p.m. Wednesday, the vessel stopped transmitting AIS signals and its EPIRB beacon activated, indicating a likely sinking. On Thursday afternoon, the tug located the EPIRB floating separately from the vessel, strongly suggesting the Itoides was lost. Seas of up to 30 feet prevented recovery of the beacon. The Alonso de Chaves remains on standby, awaiting calmer weather before approaching the vessel's last known position. A search aircraft will also be deployed once conditions improve. Salvamento Marítimo stated that crew safety and operational efficiency remain the top priority. In what's being described as one of the deadliest days of the Trump administration's anti-drug campaign, United States Southern Command, known as SOUTHCOM, carried out 3 separate strikes in a single day. It marked the first time vessels were targeted in both the Atlantic and the Pacific on the same day, signaling a clear acceleration in operations. 2 of the strikes happened in the Eastern Pacific, targeting so-called go-fast boats allegedly involved in drug trafficking. A 3rd strike took place in the Caribbean. According to official statements, intelligence indicated the boats were operating along known narcotics routes and were linked to designated terrorist organizations. 11 people were reportedly killed in these latest strikes, bringing the estimated death toll of the campaign to around 144 or 145 since it began in September. The Associated Press reports there have been 42 known strikes so far, with operations now occurring roughly every 3 to 4 days, according to the New York Times. The increase in pace follows a leadership change at SOUTHCOM. General Francis the 50th Donovan recently took command after Admiral Alvin Halsey retired. Despite previous internal concerns, the administration has made clear that the campaign targeting suspected drug-running vessels will continue. The increase in pace follows a leadership change at SOUTHCOM. General Francis the 50th Donovan recently took command after Admiral Alvin Halsey retired. Despite previous internal concerns, the administration has made clear that the campaign targeting suspected drug-running vessels will continue. Overnight Saturday, U.S. forces boarded the sanctioned tanker Veronica 3 in the Indian Ocean, marking the 9th vessel targeted since the partial blockade of Venezuelan oil shipments began in December. The Pentagon said the ship was tracked from the Caribbean and stopped without incident, despite allegedly trying to evade a quarantine order. Video shows helicopter boarding teams supported by a U.S. Navy destroyer. The tanker, a 300,000-ton stateless VLCC built in 2006 and linked to sanctioned oil trades involving Venezuela, Iran and Russia, later resumed AIS transmissions and was moving slowly near the Cocos Islands. The U.S. has not clarified what will happen to the ship or its cargo. Officials say the policy remains track and board regardless of distance. Of 16 tankers identified as attempting to evade the blockade, only 1 is reportedly still at sea and subject to seizure. Video circulating online shows a dramatic incident in the harbor of Santos on February 16th, where a large container ship collided with 2 ferries and appeared to push them across the water. In the footage, bystanders can be heard shouting warnings just before impact, and several crew members jump into the harbor moments before the vessels make contact. Reports say 4 crew members, including the captain, entered the water but were quickly rescued. Life-saving equipment was thrown from shore, and a pilot boat responded to assist. Fortunately, no serious injuries were reported. The Singapore-flagged container ship Seaspan Empire was maneuvering toward the Embraer port terminal at the time. The 294-meter vessel reportedly sustained only minor scrapes. and was later moved for inspection before being cleared to proceed to the DP World terminal. The two ferries, which normally operate between Santos and Garuya, were out of service and carrying no passengers. They are now undergoing inspections as well.
Buscar ele,